Hello everybody and welcome to the 61st edition of LM's Weekly Wrap, our weekly program to cover the market developments. This has been quite an eventful week as far as the domestic markets were concerned. As far as the international markets are concerned, I think we had a few data points, and the US markets continue to be in a slightly uncertain mode. Of course, as far as the domestic markets were concerned, there is no dearth of action. There was action across different counters, different sectors, and a whole host of companies which did manage to hit 52-week highs. So very, very exciting week, and a week where I think the credit should go to the stock selection. If the stock selection strategy was right, then I think this was absolutely a wonderful week for market participants. To understand more about the global markets, domestic markets, and some sectors, I hand over to Jash. Jash, please welcome and kindly take us ahead about the market developments.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to put light on the last month because we ended the month yesterday. We've seen the large cap index move slightly lower by about 0.3%, but whereas the mid cap and the small cap have been in the positive side. So if you go to see, the large cap companies have been losing some kind of money. The price is going lower in the last month, but mid caps and small caps have been extremely resilient. Coming to the global markets, last week we had left about the Jackson Hole Symposium meet, and we were awaiting its commentary over there. So in that continuation, in the meet they said that we are still being watchful on the inflation data point. Their target still remains at 2%, and they'll be watching for the next 2 to 4 months on how to take about it. Another important factor of the US is the job data that is going to release, and that is going to pave way forward for the US markets and of course their policies in the upcoming months. So all in all, this is majorly in the US market, as sir rightly said, it is very uncertain. We need to watch where it goes after tonight for the US markets. Coming to the Indian markets, there has been some kind of, I wouldn't say exactly euphoria, but some kind of very resilience and positive flow in the market, especially the mid cap and the small caps over here. Large cap, if we go to see Nifty, Nifty was hovering somewhere about 19,200 levels yesterday, where there was a 250, where there was important support, and people were anticipating Nifty could go down to 19,000 levels, but actually today was a great turnaround. The large caps have been doing pretty well, and there have been few stars of the week. Railway, metals, and auto. I'll be also commenting on the auto side today, as there is today the auto companies come out with numbers on how they performed in the previous month, and the company with the largest market share, that is Maruti, posted very healthy numbers, about 1.9 lakh vehicles in the month. Minded that is the pre-festive season, that all the festivals are delayed this year, even though they could do such a big number, 1.9 lakhs, which is a 20% YOY growth and 10% month-on-month growth, about slightly lesser than 10% month-on-month growth. So I think it shows what we can anticipate in the festive season, and from the source, from the CM and all the dealerships also, that we've got to know that there's a huge backlog. The waiting on the cars is about 6 to 8 months on the popular models. Of course, the other models are available very quickly, but the popular models, the waiting is there. So they need to ramp up over there, and we ought to see, I think, a very good festive season on the auto side. And now I go to auto ancillary. Auto ancillaries also have been performing well, because the auto industry is gearing up for the festive season. So auto ancillaries have been getting good autos. The star was Motherson, Sumi, the other auto component making industry companies as well. This is it for auto. I would like to hand over for the metals and other sectors to Nirav, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jash. So yes, auto has been a kind of one of the star sectors of this month. It's been one of the star sectors of this week as well. We started seeing signs of this in yesterday's session itself, where Maruti started giving a very strong up move. Today also it was up in trade, and the data has supported that positive up move. So we continue to be upbeat on Maruti. The product mix is also getting better. The SUV positioning is also very, very right. Along with this, I think Mahindra and Mahindra also continues to do well. There was certain subdued performance as far as the month was concerned from Escorts Kubota, but Escorts Kubota has been one of the big gainers of this month. It's important to note that this stock has gained about 23% in this last 1 month. Okay. And there is talk that their strategic tie-up with Kubota is likely to reap very strong results for the company. It's going to be a synergistic tie-up which they have with Kubota, and a lot of things which are there in the offing. During the week, there was some news flow which indicated that Kubota is likely to exit the railway segment. They are likely to sell off or dispose of the railway segment. A news which was afterwards it was denied. It was denied as a speculative. But market sources are definitely anticipating that something is there in the works. They will be able to redefine their business model to concentrate on tractors, on construction equipment, particularly farm implements, etc., and exit those businesses where Kubota will not be in a position to add value. So Escorts Kubota gaining in trade. We had yesterday a statement coming from Eicher Motors that they are in no hurry to launch the electric vehicle version. This will be launched only by 2025. So a very, very thoughtful strategy being put forward by Eicher Motors. And at the same time, we are seeing in the premium motorcycle segment, there is a lot of activity which is happening both by Bajaj Auto as well as Hero MotoCorp. So there's no dearth of action as far as the auto stocks are concerned. On the auto ancillary side, we have Bharat Forge, which continues to do very well. As we had indicated earlier also, this is going to be an inflection point for Bharat Forge, because it's got presence, and it's got a very meaningful presence in defense, aerospace and railways. So they've said very clearly that this year they are going to pivot from components to products and from tonnage to technology. So I think the margins are going to improve in a very big way. The margin trajectory picture is going to change in a very, very substantial way as far as Bharat Forge is concerned. So I think this stock also we continue to like quite a lot. Then of course we go to capital goods space, where we continue to like the stocks like ABB, Siemens, etc. We continue to like all these stocks. And this week, incidentally, I think we've seen very good momentum happening in the water purification companies. So as far as the water purification space is concerned, I think we continue to like Vatek Wabak, we continue to like Ion Exchange, Thermax, etc. These are the companies which remain in our preferred list as far as this industry is concerned. Last week we had spoken about a few themes which continue to look very good. Apart from the usual themes which we like quite a lot, like defense and railways. I think railways has been the star performer of this week. As we speak today, I think stocks like IRFC, RailTel, RITES, they've given a phenomenal up move in the market. Also, our LM weekender stock ideas like RVNL has now it has also on the verge of breaking out from the 135 rupee range. So I think the prospects look very good. As far as LM weekender stock, Ircon Engineering is concerned, Indian Railway Construction Engineering, we had recommended the stock at 79 rupees with a target price of 118. Now this target price has also been achieved. So we have recommended a 50% profit booking call as far as this company is concerned. So no dearth of action as far as railways is concerned. Apart from this, last week we had discussed a few other themes. One is the hotel space, and I think hotel also continues to be in a very, very sweet spot. We are seeing very good action as far as Indian hotels is concerned, as far as Lemon Tree Hotels is concerned, Taj GVK, EIH is concerned. Apart from this, we had recommended paper stocks. With the ban on plastic, there is going to be a good demand for paper caps, paper bags, etc. So paper could be a beneficiary on account of these developments. So we've seen good action even in paper stocks like JK Paper or West Coast Paper. Our weekender stock idea, Ruchira Paper, was recommended at 113 with a target price of 169. The stock closed today, it was up around 6% at 150 rupees. So some themes which have been identified by us continue to give very, very good returns. As we discuss all these things, Graphite India also, our weekender stock idea, is on the verge of achieving its targets. So many stocks achieving their targets, hitting their targets. After this, we come to mining. We had discussed mining also last week. We had spoken about how the government wants to expedite the mining of rare earth minerals in the next 3 to 4 months. So mining stocks have also been in the limelight. And incidentally, I think this week's biggest gainer has been the metal space. The BSE metal index is up about 6%. And if one were to look at the big gainers in this particular segment during this week, it was Tata Steel and Hindalco. So coming to the broad index, I think Maruti and Tata Steel both made new 52-week highs, which has given very good support to the market. On the weaker side, we've seen stocks like Reliance Industries, Hindustan Unilever Limited and Ultratech Cement show a little bit of weakness, which pull down the markets. Now one more theme or idea which we'd like to present is textiles. During this week, we saw one very important corporate development, that is with respect to Gokaldas Exports. The stock surged more than 40% in 2 sessions, and this was on account of the fact that Gokaldas Exports has acquired a company called Abreco, which is based out of Gulf, Dubai, and it has got 4 manufacturing locations in Kenya and 1 manufacturing location in Ethiopia. Now, the first impression which the market gave for this acquisition was that this is a very good acquisition. After the company came out with more clarifications about how the manufacturing entities in Kenya have a duty-free access to the US markets, I think the markets got more enthused and we saw very good amount of follow-up buying which happened in Gokaldas Exports. Now all this is very important because textile sector is coming out of a very deep problem. Last year, as you know, the prices of cotton had shot up and gone beyond 1 lakh rupees per candy. Now they have stabilized to close to 52,000 rupees per candy. So raw material prices have been stabilizing, freight costs have been rationalizing, and I think all this has helped the textile companies. So I think we can expect some good action in stocks like KPR Mills or Arvind Limited or Vardhaman Textiles. These are all very quality players in the textile space. And when textile is in full flow, then definitely textile machinery makers cannot be far behind. So we had LMW, Lakshmi Machine Works, which is planning to introduce a couple of new machines which have an addressable market of around $2 billion. So this is likely to happen very soon in the near future. So overall, to sum up, I think there was no dearth of action. Auto continues to be in great shape. We have banking, which is under some sort of pressure. We have seen banking continuously reeling under pressure. Metals doing very well, pharma doing well, FMCG under some amount of pressure. And not to forget the emerging sectors, what we have just highlighted, the ones like hotels, textiles, defense, they continue to do very, very well. Of course, many other themes to discuss, but I think a time constraint, so we'll keep the rest of the things for the next session. Now I hand over to Jash for the concluding remarks.
Thank you, sir. I think it was very insightful, and we'll meet you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.